Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. And the returner is stopped. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
One big play can really flip the script of a drive. It's 1st and 10 from just outside the 30. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Runs through the tackle. Win with the running game on 1st down, now back at it. Handoff from the gun. They get him stopped at the 26, but not before he picks up 5 yards. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They'll try to power their way ahead. Pirouettes away from the defense. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. First down to start the drive after the break. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Fights his way ahead. They get him down after a pickup of 3. They'll mark it at the 12. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. After the run, now to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Taylor. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Tigers. A score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. Just about set to kick it away. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. Maybe if he could have eluded just 1 or 2 more guys, it would have been a big return, but they'll mark it at the 30. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They'll try to get outside. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. No matter what uniform the Ducks are rocking, they are dressed for success on the ground.
And that's who they are, right? They're dressed for success. They run the football, and then after that, what do? They run it some more, and they run it fast. Every Oregon team always been built on that tempo and ground game.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Moore to the air. Looking for the end zone. And the incomplete pass, taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds, and just on to the next down.
Complete to the left. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
After that last loss, it's 2nd and 12. Got enough space. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks!
And I love that this offense stuck to it, stuck to the run game, didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
And the extra point splits the uprights. A 69-yard touchdown drive, and it was capped with an explosive 22-yard run. Tie game, and what about this call? Going for an onside kick here in the 1st half. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
And you don't see a lot of these. You don't see a lot of onside kicks earlier in the game, especially in the 2nd quarter. You still feel each other out. You're still getting into the game. You don't want to give away that momentum, but that's exactly what they did by failing on that onside kick.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the 1st half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create some. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Got it in the middle, it's Taylor. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down.
Well, that was pretty easy for the quarterback, right? You just need a few yards to pick up that first, so you find the tight end, put it on his body, let him go do the work, and you keep the drive alive.
Looking downfield, it's Nussmeier. Skips away from pressure. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This pass rush is real, man. They force the quarterback, they flush him out to the left, and he's trying to scramble around, find an open guy. They still are able to get a hit on him, and that forces the incompletion.
And after the incompletion on 1st down, this offense looking at 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Makes the catch. It's Durham. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Fires to the wideout. Had it right in his hands in the middle of the field, and it trickled to the ground. It'll be 4th down.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. Finds his man enough for the 1st. And this junior quarterback shows you why the scouts love that big arm of his. Leaves it with the running back. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Tigers will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. He wants to throw it. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So a relatively short drive covering 39 yards. And it was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff team out there getting set. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Shakes off the tackler. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Moore will throw. Moving out of the pocket. He chucks one out to the right. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Final seconds of the first half, and they'll try to put up 3. He'll need to put some leg in this one. A 52-yard attempt and just the right finesse to get it in from the right. Kick is short, and he's going to try to make something happen. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. LSU ready to boot it away and open this second half. From inside the 15, here comes the return. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success, and so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Nifty little dance step. Really nice run. Rips off 6 on the play, but it brings up a 4th and 2. The offense stays on the field. Maybe they'll try to make the defense jump. They also might try to run it ahead for 1 yard. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Unloads to the right. The completion well past the sticks. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now a fresh set of downs.
Moore to the air. He'll loft one deep down the left side. It's complete. A huge pickup.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down into this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the third quarter. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays, and it was capped off with the 8-yard run. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. Catches it inside his 20, chance to really gain some ground. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Looking to throw, it's Nussmeier. Gets it to the back. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mid. They put one mid on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Feeling some heat. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab. It's Daniels. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Well, the offense just taking what the defense gives them there. There's a lot of cushion out in coverage, so that was just too easy for the quarterback. Spits it out, and they pick up the first.
Unloads to the wideout. Oh, and it's picked off. This could be huge in a tie game. He was looking for room to return that, but he'll just hand it to the offense. They'll take over at the 18. The defense was looking for a huge play in this tie game, and they have just given their team a great opportunity.
I think, Reese, at this point of the game, tied late, it's going to come down to who can make the most plays. The defense comes up with a massive play, creating that turnover. Outstanding job by the D. All 11 guys being on the same page, now putting their offense in a great position.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. He's got it on the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to...
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. Racing down the left side. Touchdown, Ducks! They move on top here in the 4th. Setting up for the PAT. When it gets this late, every point matters. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they top it off by going up top. 81 yards on the touchdown pass. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Lining up from the 34 on 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. He's open on the right. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Man, you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such...
And he'll pull it in inside the 20. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And tackled there by the defense.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
He makes a grab, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers!
Great job with the score. And listen, right here at this point in the game, there's still going to be time left. My defense is going to have to make a stand regardless. I'm going to kick the extra point because the field goal still beats me if I go for a 2-point conversion.
Coming down the stretch in the 4th, and we are all tied up, about set to kick it away. From inside the 15, here's the return. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or 2, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. There's enough time to get the ball down the field here, David, but you've got to make sure you're efficient and avoid mistakes.
Yeah, and those 2-minute drills, you always talk about the first down, Jesse. Get that first down, stop the clock, get some momentum going on offense.
Yeah, and good decision-making by the quarterback, too, right? You don't have to be greedy in this situation. Just take what the defense gives you and get yourself in position to win.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. They'll throw it on first down. Lofts one high and deep. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
Well, you know the defense felt freaked out on that one. Here in the fourth quarter, and you're lined up against one of the fastest players in all of college football, and they're taking a shot up top. You just hold on tight and hope for the best, and that time they were able to force an incompletion.
Moore will throw. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. He was off to the races and maybe another step or two and he would have scored, but they get him at the 21-yard line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
To the air on first down. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
That is no good. And in the final quarter of regulation, we remain tied.
And you just have to wonder about the headspace this kid is in right now. That's now his second missed kick. If he had made that one, they would have had the lead. He needs to go clear the cobwebs on the sideline and get his confidence back.
Well, jet sweep pass. Nothing but green ahead. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The give to the tailback. Headed to the end zone. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
Well, it took everything on defense to just get that guy down on the 1-yard line. He is a monster, Dave.
And if this offense, Jesse, is going to keep doing that, you better bring in reinforcements on that defensive line. Get some big boys.
Touchdown, LSU. They strike first here in overtime.
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Quick pass on the jet motion. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon. They got it in, and now an extra point away from the tie.
You got to be impressed with the level of execution here in the second drive of OT. One play, score a touchdown, and now it's decision time, David. You kick the extra point and keep this thing going, or do you go for two and try to win?
Yeah, and you're right. The response was amazing. I mean, you give up a touchdown, you have a tendency to get down on yourself. No. First play, great execution. Now, do I go for the win? Do I play this safe, or do I go try to take this moment right now and get the W?
They got it! The two-point conversion, and it's a game winner! That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. My pulse rate is still through the roof on this game. I would have called that one for free. Wait, I don't want to get carried away there, but it was a really fun game and a great win.
It really was. I know we're all up here, we're bouncing around, we're excited after having seen what we just saw. What a great win for this team to go out and do it in overtime. That's the type of game that fans are going to be talking about for a long time, Dave.
Free. Yeah, right. If you know Reese Davis, that is not happening, but we got a free game that was awesome.